Hello, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Teddy Schiavone. I head up business development here at Locally. I'm going to spend a few minutes just walking retailers through the program, understand what it is that Locally does for you. I think it's important that you understand the fact that not only are our tools free, but we give you the option to use these tools as your own search engine optimization tool for shoppers to find your inventory nearby, as well as showing your inventory on brand websites. And the fact that you can use these tools as your own solution. So it's a very low lift, low maintenance e-commerce tool for dealers. And also important to note that all Locally's tools are designed to drive shoppers into stores where you're best equipped to be able to capitalize on those in-store visits. We do not push shoppers to shipping products. In fact, we don't facilitate that whatsoever, although we do offer same-day delivery. So I'm going to jump right into it here, share a screen with you, and give you sort of an idea of what it is that we're doing. So let's say, for example, that you're a dealer who is connected to Locally. For starters, locally.com itself is a marketplace. It is a Google optimized marketplace. And what I mean by that is that once you've connected your inventory to Locally for free, you are given a profile on locally.com. And through our partnerships that we have with Google, you'll find that, or we've discovered that Google will crawl locally.com quite extensively, and all of the products and all of the brands and all of the stores on Locally are indexed to optimize that search for Google. So locally.com, I've teed up a few screens to keep us moving here. For starters, if we have a shopper in, say, the San Francisco Bay Area who might be looking for running equipment, in this case, the way that I've teed this up, so we have, browse stock, where a shopper in San Francisco will see all types of products that are available nearby at the local level. Could be snow sports, could be outdoor, could be running equipment, whatever it may be. We also have the ability for a shopper to dial in on a brand that might be supported. So in this case, I clicked on ASICs. You can see here that there are a number of ASICS products that are showing up as available in the San Francisco area. And if a shopper were to click on any one of these products, Locally would uncover the fact that these products are available at nearby retail stores. So as the shopper is, for example, on locally.com, they may be in the San Francisco area. They might be looking for ASICS brand products. They might select an item that they see listed in the Locally catalog, and then they can see that that item is available at a local store. By the same token here, a shopper can search by any color variants, and they can shop by any size variants, and this is our Locally product locator. So also, if a shopper were, again, in the San Francisco area, and they were to check on a particular store, here we have On the Run shoes. The store has a profile on locally.com. And so, again, once the store has connected their stock to us, Locally provides an indexed page for each store to make it easier for Google to crawl through and understand what products are available in those stores for search engines. And I'll get to that in a minute also. But here, for example, if I were to click On the Run shoes, I click Browse Stock. We can see here the catalog information, what's available for inventory here at On the Run. And if a shopper were to select any one of these items, we could potentially do, I suppose it's anything really, but this New Balance, women's, whatever. Again, we can see color variants, size variants that are available. And the store is offering buy now, pick up in store, or reserve online. So the fact that Locally has built the catalog and connected the stock for the store is all free to the store at this point. We've gone forward and created a brand page where we've indexed the dealers on locally.com, and we've created profiles for each of the stores and indexed their inventory on locally.com. In this case, the shop has opted into our buy now, pick up in store or reserve online, pay in store. Again, everything is free up until this point. And the only time that a dealer or store ever pays locally anything is if a shopper actually uses the tools and sends a message to the store and converts a sale through the platform. Now, that said, we have literally tens of thousands of stores connected to the platform and thousands of stores that are enrolled in buy it locally transactions. And honestly, at no cost out of pocket to stores, we see dealers who are receiving thousands of dollars in shopper transactions over the course of a given month. And they're only paying an affiliate fee to locally. It's 3.5% when those shoppers use the tools. So, so that's the basics of where your inventory will begin to show up. But important, I've mentioned Google many times here, is in a Google search. Now, I teed up San Francisco ASICS Women's Gel Nimbus because I wanted to streamline this process. And what you're going to see here in a Google search for San Francisco is ads, for example, at the top. And by the way, Google, Locally does provide this type of information up to Google. So if you're interested in promoting your inventory on Google See What's in Store, Google Swiss, Locally is an easy affiliate for you to work with in order to get your inventory showing there. Here we have a series of AdWords, asics.com store locator. If I were to click on this, it would take me to ASICS website where stores in San Francisco's inventory would be showing. Here we have some more AdWords and such. And then it's important to note that right here underneath all the advertising, you see locally.com in search. And as I've been spelling out, the fact that dealers connect their stock to Locally and brands will show the dealer's inventory on Locally, the fact that Locally indexes these pages makes Locally a very robust resource for Google to find local stock. And so Locally tends to show up in the very first page and at the very top of search engine rankings on Google because of the fact that we have the relationship with them. We do have these inventories connected and we index these pages on behalf of the dealers and the brands. So for purely organic search at no cost, connect your inventory to Locally and you're going to show up oftentimes on the first page in these searches. So if a shopper were to click on locally.com at this point, this would take us over to ASICS page where again we could go through the whole process of what I showed you a minute ago with shoppers being able to find local inventory, so on and so forth. If that wasn't good enough for you, you can see over here on a store locator, this is ASICS store locator. These are on-site tools where ASICS is promoting local stores on their store locator. Locally powers this. And so here again, we can see on the run shoes. We can click on them. Again, I mentioned earlier the fact that their store hours, any social media links, website links are all here when they've claimed their profile. And then of course with connecting stock, we have the ability to browse their inventory. And then from here, we can go in and convert a sale. Shopper can find color variants, size variants, buy now or reserve online, pay in store, all free until the shopper uses the tools. So converting sales from a store locator on a brand site, also from the product pages on a brand site. So here I've teed up ASICS product pages for this women's Gel Nimbus 22 shoe. I think it's important to note that of course, they have their own direct-to-consumer, as most brands do, and they'll ship directly to consumer. But you can see in this example that there are some shoes that are crossed out that are not available online. However, when we scroll down, you can see here the Locally widget is running on the page where Locally is showing that inventory is available at nearby stores. If I were to click on Show All Local Options, the Locally map will populate. It's going to show all stores in the area. Again, we can shop through color variants here, and we can shop through size variants here. If I were to change it up and say, for example, a size 7.5 shoe, it's going to show me different stores with availability. And yet again, I have here on the run shoes, and I can buy it now. I can drop it into my shopping cart, and I can message directly to the store. So Lastly, to show you how Locally's tools can benefit dealers, brand page on Locally, store page on Locally, indexed for Google, store locator pages on a brand site, product pages on a brand site. Stores who are enrolled in Locally and using the shopping cart are also enabled to use that catalog information as their own solution on their own website, and they can do that for free. So you don't need to keep up with images, you don't need to keep up with product descriptions. Your one inventory feed and connection to Locally can help power or will power all of the catalog information that you would need in order to use Locally as your solution. And here is an example of a store who's doing that. So this is ontherunShoes.com. This is a local retail store in the San Francisco Bay Area. And here you can see they have a shop button. They have Shop Asics, Brooks, Hoka, New Balance, Saucony. These are brands that they've chosen to highlight. And you could have one catalog page, doesn't necessarily have to be broken out by brand, but in this case, to show, if we were to click Shop Asics, you might notice the similarity in the tools of what I've been showing you on all the other pages. This is the Locally catalog that is now embedded into the store's website. And so again, they've connected their inventory one time to Locally. Locally is showing the stock for the store in a number of places, including Google search engine optimization. And they're using this as their own solution in order to drive shoppers into their stores. So if we were to click on any one of these models, we can hit this gel cumulus. We can see any color variants, any size variants, buy now, pick up in store. Buy now, the shopping cart opens up, and I still have one in there from earlier. And essentially drive shoppers into the store and not need to ship a product, not need to put it in a box. Minimal fraud in the fact that you're driving shoppers into your stores. And then of course, once they come in, they're gonna buy other items, accessory items, and you establish a relationship with them. So these are the benefits in joining Locally, connecting your inventory to Locally. And again, if I haven't said this enough, the fact that it is free to participate, free to show your stock, free to use this Locally tool as your own e-com solution. We do all the heavy lifting for you. We drive shoppers directly into your stores, and the only time that it costs you anything is when a shopper actually uses the tool. And again, we see thousands of stores who do thousands of dollars per month without paying any upfront fees for all of these benefits. So I'd like for you to consider joining Locally if you haven't already. If you have already, please go through the 3-step process all the way to collecting. So it's claim your profile, connect your stock, and collect transactions. There are a number of other benefits that are available to you that I can get into another time. Thank you. We appreciate it, and have a great day.